Welcome, brethren!
So one of my lovely commenters and hopefully subscribers asked me to show you guys how to use my binds inside of Fortnite, which in case you didn't know are objectively the best for every controller player. Now in this video, I'll break down my controller binds inside of Fortnite, my controller binds in Xbox accessories, and my Fortnite dead zones. And with the new season upgrade with all the new mechanics and the new overpowered guns with the combat SMG, you guys will surely enjoy this video. If you guys will stick around and watch the full video, it really helps out the channel a lot. But let's not waste any more time and get right into the video. Okay, so first let's break down my controller settings and Xbox accessories. Okay, so everything here is by default except for my back pedals and my left stick sensitivity curve. Keep in mind, only use 2 out of 4 of the back pedals. This includes the upper left back pedal and the upper right back pedals. If you have this controller, make sure the little hinges on these pedals, see how it's going up, make sure this pedal is going up, the little hinge is going up. Now if it's going down, that's bad because whenever you press on it, there's times where it will not register properly inside the game. Going back to my settings, I have an upper left back pedal set to my B button, and I have an upper right back pedal set to my A button. My left stick has an instant sensitivity curve. I just feel like I build more consistently with this on. I hope it's not a placebo. Now my right stick is completely default. My triggers are set to lowest so I don't have to press all the way down on my controller. I also have my trigger stops on the highest settings so I save time pressing my triggers. Time is very important when it comes to editing fast, and these trigger stops help a lot. My vibration is off inside of Fortnite since it gives you delay. However, I have it on slightly here since I like to have vibration on in other games. Finally, I have my brightness all the way down set to Duran's controller battery life, and I can see it giving me more delay as the controller would have to operate harder to give off that light. Now before I show you guys how this is used in relation to Fortnite, I have to explain my Fortnite settings a little. So almost every controller player such as myself uses double blind edits. This means I edit with one bind and switch to my map with another bind. I have this on so I don't have to worry about holding my edit button so I can make any edits. Rather, I can just press it, select, and confirm all in one shot. So going back to my binds, I edit with B, which is set to my back paddle right here. My A button is set to jump, which is set to this binded paddle. Now something that might confuse you is my Y button being set to switch mode / edit. This is because it actually removes some delay while editing. Now I assume that Epic didn't want the people who didn't switch to double edit binds yet to be frustrated while editing and be forced to switch to new binds. So instead they decreased the input delay for people with switch mode / edit activated on a bind. So what happens is I have this bind on that gives me less delay, but I'm not even using it. It's just a fill up bind that gives me less delay. Rather, I'm using this back paddle which is set to my B button right here, and I'm switching to my map using the left stick. I believe this would be more optimal than editing with left stick since the back paddles are easier to press with my fast middle finger rather than having to press a more resistant button like the left stick or the right stick with a slow thumb. Let me also add in the fact that I don't use control freaks. This is because my controller comes with a case that has a bunch of different sticks in here, and the one I use happens to be this extra long stick right here on the right Joy-Con. This stick allows me to control my sticks more just like control freaks would. This controller is my favorite because it is so easy customizable. For example, boom, everything just can come off really easily and be put back on. Boom, the back paddles I can also just take off really easy and just put it back on. I can just change the trigger stops really easily. Everything on this controller is really easily to customize. Also, no, this video is not sponsored, unfortunately. Now, a bind I know you guys find weird is my toggle pickaxe bind. No one uses this bind. I've never seen a single person use this bind for taking out the pickaxe. This bind right here. I think this is a good bind since I don't even have to take my finger off the stick to reach the bind. I can literally just drag my thumb and press it just like so, just like this. This could be because my fingers are fat. I don't really think my fingers are fat, but you know, if your fingers aren't fat, it takes an infinitesimal amount of time to press this button. For example, your thumb is on the stick, boom, 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 boom. It's really easy. Now my D-pad binds don't really matter, so we can skip that. Now let's look even more left in the D-pad binds. I recommend you using generic controller platforms since it gives less delay, but also keep in mind all 3 of these controller platforms have different linear strokes, meaning that each of these 3 perform slightly differently. So if you play better on the Xbox One controller platform, then stick with that, and same goes for PS4, unless you guys want to actually contribute to getting used to the generic linear stroke. Now looking at my build controls, nothing changed except for D-pad binds, which are all personal preference, so you can really do whatever you want with this. Something I want to cover my edit controls. I crouch on my right stick instead of resetting with it. Now you should be resetting with your right bumper, as not only is it easier to press, but it's faster to move your finger barely up or down to press the trigger and the bumper rather than having to constantly apply pressure to your right stick. But confirm bump happens to be left trigger. However, on my Skifista, it's probably faster to confirm with the left bumper instead, since you don't have to lift your finger as high to press the same button again. As you can see on the controller cam, I may only have to press a little bit on my left trigger, but normally when I'm completely concentrated on the game, I'm probably going to press it down completely and just have to lift my finger all the way up and press it again. With left bumper, you can actually press it fairly fast like this, with barely any lift. Now moving on to my dead zones. My dead zones are 8 and 5. However, these are personal preference, but your gameplay will be a lot smoother if you have lower dead zones, ranging from 5 to 13. The lower your dead zone, the better your aim assist will be with good tracking. However, if you have bad aim with a setting as low as 5% and you aim better with 6 to 8%, I would recommend that for right stick dead zone, not left stick. You should have that at least 9. Now this video might actually take some rewatching to fully grasp. I don't blame if you do that, but you can also just comment anything in the comments. I look at all my comments and I'm very active with you guys, so you can just comment down any of your questions if you're confused. Now my recent videos, I covered my channel's future, and this is very important for you guys, the brethren. In the future, I'm planning to switch to variety content. This means I'll be recording different games. This includes horror games, family games, or like big games in general. See the type of content, core extension posts, and Markiplier posts. That's the kind of content I'm planning on switching to. That's called variety content. They play a bunch of different stuff. I made a few videos in the past. I'll leave the link to one of the videos in the description near the top. And if you made it this far into the video, comment left. I want to see the real ones are. Once again, just to make sure everyone is on the same page about the variety content switch, because that's very, 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 very crucial to this channel's future. Keep in mind, the video inside the description is unlisted, so you can't really comment on that video. However, YouTube will allow you to comment on this video, so just come back here and let me know your opinions on that. Now make sure to like the video if you enjoy, and I hope you all have a blessed day.